Very welcome to our Xylem Analytical first webinar in 2023. And also Happy New Year to everyone. This is Cindy Zhao Li, the product director for the entire emerging market. And I'm your host for today. Ramzi over here that you can see on the screen is the technical expert in this field for more than 20 years. And he would like to share with you the advanced wastewater monitoring system, technology and system. And with us, we have George, you can call him Gil, from V2V Factory. He was with the company for more than 30 years. As you know, advanced wastewater monitoring technology is very important. It's the essential to measure and address water quality challenges in the water cycle. Reliable monitoring systems and trusted results are key in cultivating water sustainability. So I'm very happy that today we are going to share this session with you. And should you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat box over here in the Zoom. And we will answer the question in between by typing and leave it to the end of the session. Then we will answer you verbally. And if you couldn't finish all of them, we will mail to you. So stay tuned. Let's get started. Ramzi, are you ready?
Yes, Cindy, thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are. My name is Ramzi Hammad, and I'm the Product and Marketing Manager for Xylem Analytics. Today, I'm going to talk about the advanced wastewater monitoring solutions and how our company plans to stay ahead of the competition. According to the recent study, the global analytics market is expected to grow by 30 to 40% in the next 5 years due to awareness increase in the importance of monitoring and smart solutions. However, with the new technologies and competitors entering the markets, it's crucial that we stay innovative and adapt to change. During this presentation, I will be sharing with you some of the most advanced monitoring solutions for the water process and wastewater process. And I'm excited to share this information with you, and I welcome any question you may have throughout the presentation. First, let's start with a common safety tip. This webinar will run for around 60 minutes. If you are using your computer or laptop, please make sure you sit properly, and in case you feel tired, you may stand up and stretch for few seconds. If you are watching from your mobile phone, please make sure you are not driving. And it's also better not to walk while using your mobile. But if you have to, please watch your steps. This webinar will be recorded. A link to the recording and the PDF version of this presentation will be shared in a follow-up email. You may ask your questions and at any time in the question section of your Zoom screen. All questions will be answered immediately during the presentation or at the end of the webinar. Xylem is a leading global water technology provider, enabling customers to transport, treat, test, and efficiently use water in public utility, residential and commercial building services, industrial agriculture settings. The company does business in more than 150 countries through a number of market-leading product brands. Xylem is headquartered in New York with annual revenue of $5.2 billion and 18,000 employees worldwide. We lead the water technologies market with strong brands in different applications. Wide range of pumps for different applications, for water, wastewater, transmission lines, split case, multi-stage, dewatering, and firefighting. with a key brands such as Flight or Flict, Luara, Goodwin, Goulds, and AC fire pumps. Treatment, such as disinfection technologies like UV and ozone systems, filtration systems, aeration systems, and biological treatment systems. And the key brands are Sanitaire, Widico, Leopold, and some others. Analytics, which comprised of three main segments: online in-process measuring systems, environmental monitoring systems, and laboratory-based on instrumentation. And some of the key brands are WTW, MJK, YSI, Sontec, Andera, and more. Digital solutions for water management programs, pipeline leak detection and condition assessment, water and wastewater network management, and smart metering systems. And some of the key brands are Pure Technologies, Vicente, Valor, Mnet, in addition to the famous Census residential smart meters. Today, our presentation will be about analytics. Xylem Analytics is involved in three main market segments: environmental, laboratory, and process. And today, our focus will be on process segment. Xylem Analytics offices are spread out in all the regions, and factories from different origins in Europe and USA. Xylem Analytics is a group of 10 world-class manufacturing companies specialized in advanced analytical solutions for water quality, level, and flow, and environment. We lead the water technologies market with a legacy of over 100 years in different applications. Xylem trusted industry-leading brands offer a complete range of analytics and smart solutions for numerous applications in different industries. In today's presentation, we will introduce two brands for process online monitoring. Those are WTW for quality monitoring and MJK for level and flow monitoring. Why online in-process monitoring is important? Measuring is the first step that leads to control and eventually to improvement. If you don't measure something, you can't understand it. And if you cannot understand it, you can't control it. And if you don't control it, you cannot improve it. And that will lead eventually to optimization. A sewage treatment plant is a facility where wastewater is treated before it is released into the environment. The process typically involves in several steps, including screening to remove large debris, settling to allow solid material to sink to the bottom of the settlement tank, and biological treatment to remove pollutants. The treated water is then disinfected and released into a nearby water body such as river or ocean, or to be used for irrigation and some industries. Monitoring the water quality in sewage treatment plant is important for several reasons, such as compliance with state regulations, public health, as treated wastewater can contain harmful pathogens and pollutants. So it is important to make sure that the water is safe for public health. Environmental protection, as water quality monitoring helps to protect the environment by ensuring that the treated wastewater doesn't harm plants, animals, or their habitat, and also prevents contamination of other water bodies, soil, and groundwater. Operational efficiency, as monitoring water quality can help identify any issues with the treated process, such as equipment failure or process upsets so that they can be quickly addressed to prevent further problems. Cost effectiveness. Regular monitoring can help identify areas where the treatment process can be improved, reducing the plant's operating costs and decreasing the likelihood of the costly repairs or upgrades. In any sewage treatment plants, there are 4 main treatment stages: effluent, biological tank, post-sedimentation, and effluent. To ensure the performance of each stage, there are certain parameters that need to be monitored and controlled. Today, we will present some of the process monitoring solutions, which is also called online monitoring systems. Generally, how to make the proper selection for the online monitoring systems. Smart digital system designed for specific application, flexible design possibilities for each specific site, easy, quick, and cost-effective to install, simple to use for all operators, low maintenance cost and minimum calibration requirements, made of high-grade material to ensure long life and extended warranty. With more than 70 years old, WTW offered the IQ SensorNet, the most comprehensive program of high-quality measuring devices for water analysis in the world. The reliability, operational safety, and versatility have made WTW products a worldwide industry standard. IQ SensorNet covers the complete range of parameters that are required for efficient operation for the sewage treatment plants. The main idea of the IQ SensorNet is, with one controller and one cable, you can have up to 20 sensors in one network. For example, this is a typical measurement instrumentation where there are parameters to be monitored. For each parameter, we need one sensor, one transmitter, cables for power, and cables for data or SCADA. And this is the IQ SensorNet, where all what is needed is one controller, one cable connected directly to power and SCADA. IQ SensorNet offers different options and configurations. System 281 for single parameter, System 282 for 2 sensors, and 284 for 4 sensors as a single measuring point, and System 2020 for network up to 20 sensors. IQ SensorNet contains 4 basic components. Terminal or controller. With this practical design and simple buttons, this sophisticated controller can be used by all operators at any site conditions. The controller is portable and can be detached and attached between different measuring points, or in the main control room for the full visibility of the whole parameters within the IQ SensorNet. Calibration is per minimum, and it is easy with simple steps at job site. The operator doesn't need to take the sensor to the lab each time for calibration. Controller is designed for harsh environment. Touch screen is not a really advantage in sewage treatment plants condition. That's why buttons are made of silicone to be easily used by operators, even while wearing the gloves. Modules. Modules have several functions within the IQ SensorNet, not only to distribute the sensors in different positions, but also can act as power supply, interface, system extension, and for some cases can be the controller itself. Each junction box can take up to 3 sensors. If an additional sensor is required at the same measuring point, we don't need to drag new cables. Simply stack mount another junction box, and it is ready to go for another 3 additional sensors. For some applications, such as moving bridges in the settlement tank, wireless communication between system components is required instead of wiring, which may cause cable tangles. IQ SensorNet can provide wide range of output signal on request. In addition to the analog or 420 milliamp signals, it can also provide the digital signals such as Modbus, Profibus, Profinet, and HART. Cables. It's not a normal cable. It's strong and robust with 2 wires for power and data. And there are 2 types of cables, sensor cable and system cable. Sensor cable is equipped with sensor universal cap and system cables with 2 open ends to connect between modules. Sensor cable is equipped with universal connection cap called hot swap, which means any sensor can be easily mounted or exchanged in the same cable without the need to replace the cable itself. Sensors. IQ SensorNet offer a wide range of special design sensors cover all parameters needed for the process. All sensors are made of high-grade materials such as titanium and PEEK. Those are seawater sensors with a special coating to tolerate the high salinity of seawater. Measuring phosphate is important for the growth of plants and animals. However, when there is an excess of phosphate in the water, it can lead to several negative impacts on the environment, such as changes in water chemistry, algae blooms, and harmfulness for the aquaculture, in addition to the increase of the cost for water treatment. Alyza IQ phosphate analyzer is another component for the IQ SensorNet. It can be easily integrated into new existing system. The measuring principle is based on a photometric yellow method. Alyza boasts an extremely low use of reagents, an advantage that significantly reduces operating cost with simple service, automatic cleaning, and reliable results. Alyza is configured in 2 options, 1 channel with 1 pump and 2 channels with 2 pumps. pH is one of the most important parameters in any process, as it plays critical role in the effectiveness of many water treatment processes, such as coagulation, disinfection, and it also an important parameter for environmental protection. Sensolite 700 IQ is a digital pH ORP armature with integrated preamplifier and temperature sensor, as well as lightning protection to be connected to the IQ SensorNet network. Sensolite signal is very accurate and fast response by digital signal processing. It is convenient with minimum calibration requirements and glass breakage detection, reliable measured value by integrated temperature sensor. Conductivity is one of the commonly measured parameters for all water applications. It is directly proportional to the concentration of ions in solutions. Tetracon is using 4 electrodes method in which two electrodes are used to pass the current, and the other two electrodes are used to measure the voltage. It is also equipped with temperature sensor to correct for the changes in temperature, which can affect the conductivity of the solution and to ensure the highest linearity and accuracy. Tetracon has a very large measuring range from 10 microsiemens per centimeter to 500 millisiemens per centimeter. 500 millisiemens means 500,000 microsiemens. Dissolved oxygen sensor is an important tool for sewage treatment plants, as it helps to ensure that that treatment process is functioning properly and that the treated water meets the necessary standards for discharge into the environment. Accuracy for the dissolved oxygen level in the aeration tank is very important to figure out the aeration efficiency from one side and to avoid the blower overdosage or overusage and power consumption from the other side. With FDO 700 IQ, calibration-free optical oxygen sensor and 45-degree cap, there is no chances of the bubbles accumulation in the sensor. Here it shows the bubble accumulation in the typical dissolved oxygen sensor, while there is no chance for the bubbles to attach the sensor, thanks to the 45 angle degree cap, which prevents bubbles accumulation and ensure accuracy or accurate readings for the dissolved oxygen. CAP is intelligent and free calibration and very easy to change. FDO is equipped with green light technology, which protects the membrane from bleaching and long life time up to 5 years. Monitoring suspended solids and turbidity is important for ensuring the efficiency of the treatment process, compliance with the regulation, environmental protection, and cost effectiveness by controlling and optimization, flocculation, and sedimentation process. WTW offers V-Solid and Visoterm optical sensors for the in situ use to measure suspended solids and turbidity via scattered light and direct back scattering with ultrasonic cleaning system without mechanics. So it is extremely low maintenance, high accuracy, factory calibrated, and high operational safety due to the check function. Optical sensors, such as turbidity and suspended solid sensors, require frequent cleaning at the optical side of the sensors for better visibility and measurement. WTW innovated a revolutionary solution by applying the ultrasonic cleaning instead of mechanical wiper, which needs proper maintenance and replacement every while. Ultrasonic cleaning is more efficient, no maintenance, and very long life. Spectral sensors. UV-vis digital spectral sensors with integrated ultrasonic cleaning for the chemicals measurements of the organic carbon loads such as COD and BOD, and nitrogen parameters such as nitrate and nitrite, in addition to the suspended solids as optional. It's a photometer in a sensor with full wavelength scan from ultraviolet to visible light. COD and BOD are maybe the most important parameters in sewage treatment design and process because they indicate the amount of organic pollutants present in the water. Measuring COD and BOD in the STP allows monitoring effectiveness of the treatment process and for adjustment to be made as necessary to ensure the treated water meets quality standards for discharge into environment. Single wavelength provides small parts of the whole picture, but measuring with the full wavelength spectrum provides more visibility for the whole picture. The spectral sensors are equipped with ultrasonic cleaning to remove any debris in the optical part of the photometer. This will significantly reduce the maintenance and operational cost. Spectral sensors are made of exceptional high-grade materials such as titanium and PEEK. PEEK is a polyether ether ketone, which is known for its high strength, stiffness, and excellent resistance to heat and chemicals. By the way, PEEK is widely used for aerospace and defense industries. The importance of nitrogen components such as nitrate and nitrite and ammonium is because they provide a source of nitrogen for microorganisms that are used to break down the organic matter in the sewage. These microorganisms, known as nitrifiers, convert to ammonium in the sewage into nitrite and then into nitrate. The nitrate can then be used by other microorganisms known as denitrifiers to convert the nitrate back into nitrogen gas, which is released into the atmosphere. This process, known as the nitrogen cycle, helps to reduce the amount of organic matter in the sewage and remove harmful pollutants. Additionally, nitrogen compounds also play a role in the nutrients removal in the wastewater treatment process. Nitrate and ammonium can be measured using ion-selective electrodes for measuring the concentration of ions that are difficult to measure by other methods, in compensation with potassium and chlorides as a reference electrodes. Electrode lifetime is very long, around 18 months, and replacement is very easy. And once the electrode is fixed, it is automatically recognized. All ion selective electrodes are calibration free. Only matrix adjustment is required. Measuring sludge level in the settlement tank is an essential part of operation to figure out the time interval of sludge removal. Sludge level sensor, IFL, is an ultrasonic sensor with maintenance-free because of the titanium body and the non-contact scrubber. IQ SensorNet data can be transmitted via a cloud-based free web browser and controlled by different network technologies, or via local server using our communication protocols for local PLC or SCADA systems. WTW are currently developing a mobile application which will be released soon. Because we trust our products, WTW standard warranty is extended to 3 years for controllers and modules and 2 years for sensors. Please note that there is nothing called spare part list if you have IQ SensorNet, because simply it is not required. Allow me to show this short video to summarize IQ SensorNet configuration. Oops. I don't know why there is no sound. I'm sorry, there's no sound in the video. Okay. Okay, we'll skip that. Okay, and jump to MJK flow and level product range overview. MJK is one of Xylem Analytics brands, provide intelligent, adaptive, and sustainable level and flow measurement instruments to help water resources management operators optimize critical water systems. MJK offers reliable measuring instrumentation for level and flow monitoring. MJK level measurement programs are ultrasonic, hydrostatic, and float switches. Shuttle is an advanced microprocessor-based ultrasonic level meter with an intelligent, precise measuring system utilizing the latest hardware and software technologies. Shuttle is designed to measure water levels where the ultrasonic sensor is not in contact with media. Typical application for ultrasonic level transmitters are stormwater tanks, pump stations, lifting stations, and water and wastewater tanks. Expert is a hydrostatic level transmitter with a robust design used in wastewater and waterworks, sewage treatment plants, and industrial applications. Expert is ideal for measuring levels in storage tanks, wet wells, and pump stations in both water and wastewater plants with the following features. It is high accurate, range from 30 centimeter to 300 millimeters, and can provide analog output and digital Modbus output. 7030 float switch is a simple on and off controller with exceptional reliability and suitable for automated systems to provide additional protection against control system failures and preventing pumps from running dry in the tanks or lifting stations. 7030 is an environmental friendly because it is mercury-free, unmatched rugged construction, reliable electromechanical contact system, and it is guaranteed for up to 20 million operations with unique counterweight system. MagFlux electromagnetic flow meters deliver very stable and highly accurate flow measurements in conductive liquids. MagFlux flow meters have no moving parts to create hydraulic influence on the flow, using a well-proven technology and communicate using standard protocols. MagFlux flow sensors are available in sizes ranging from 15 millimeter to 2,500 millimeter with standard construction lengths and connections. MagFlux flow meters can be installed either with converter mounted on the flow sensor or wall mounted in a panel with a distance up to 1,000 meters. And Xylem is leading the way. So let's solve water together. Thank you for your attention. I will now open the floor for any question you might have. And after that, please don't hesitate to contact me for any further information.
Thank you, Ramzi. Thank you so much for a very insightful webinar. This is our first webinar, and subsequently we'll have a few other webinars zoom into very interesting technologies about the sensors and systems as well, and some application. Yeah. So there's an interesting question about the connections. Is there any way to is there a way to connect instruments to a control room directly? Is it compatible with other DCS external brands? Okay. So that's one question. Ramzi or Gil, are you able to answer that question?
I will transfer this question to Georg, please.
Gil, are you over there?
Sorry, a short mistake on my computer. Okay, I'm not sure about the question. So what do you mean about DCS external brands? So Ramzi, do you know what can be behind?
I'm not sure, but I think it is related to the SCADA system.
Okay, because what we can handle all the field bus instrumentation what Ramzi talked about. So we can handle Profibus, Profinet, Modbus RTU, Modbus TCP, Ethernet IP. So all these digital communications we can handle. Yeah.
So the audience has clarified the question. Is a distributed control system, basically is a DCS. I think for the instrument to connecting to control room, I think most of our instruments, like the sensors, let me answer that we need to actually connecting to the IQ sensor net before it output to the DCS. That's, before we output to the control room, right? And but there's some other instruments can connect connecting directly to the control room. So it really depends on which instruments that we are selecting. For the instruments that Ramzi showed just now is under IQ SensorNet, that is compatible to IQ SensorNet first, then before going to control room. But there is other instruments available, can go directly to the control room. That's what I understand. Yeah. All right. Then let's come to some other question. Okay, there's a lot of question. So let's continue. Okay. Thank you for the presentation, Ramzi. So, did the MJK issue a new version of Shuttle ultrasonic level controllers? Yeah. So that I can answer that question.
Go ahead, Cindy, please. Yeah.
Yes, we are in the processing to introduce the ultrasonic, the new shuttles. But it will take a bit time because it's new revolutions, and we are now focusing on launching the new version of the MagFlow meters. So MagFlow meter will first launched, then the ultrasonic new generation will come next. Okay, but in between, we will have the alternative solutions. Make sure that our customers always have a solutions from us. So not to worry. Yeah, things we mentioned about MJK, MagFlux questions. There's another question. So Ramzi, maybe you can answer. Is the MagFlux the battery powered? And how far the wall-mounted converter can be away from the sensor? Can you answer that question?
The question again, please. I lose you for a few seconds. Again, please.
Oh yes. So the question is the MagFlux is a MagFlux flow meter battery powered. And how far the
thanks for this question. We are developing a new MagFlux, which will be released by the second half of this year with battery powered function.
Okay, thank you. And how far the wall-mounted converter can be away from the sensor? How far?
It can be up to 1,000 meters.
Oh, that's cool. 1,000 meters. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Yeah. And there's another question. Okay. So what's the concept of ultrasonic cleaning in the optical and the spectral sensors?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Ultrasonic cleaning is a process that uses high frequency sound waves, creating high energy cavitation that can remove dirt and other contaminants from surface. In the context of the optical sensors, ultrasonic cleaning is used to clean the surface of lenses and other optical components, which can become dirty or contaminated over time.
Thank you, Ramzi. Thank you. Yeah, that answered the question. And then the second one, do you have a TDS sensor or only conductivity? And which is more accurate, conductivity or TDS?
Okay, that's a smart question. Tetracon can measure TDS, but it is very limited to 2000 ppm. Conductivity and total dissolved solids, TDS, are both measures of concentration of ions in water, but they are not the same thing, and their accuracy can vary depending on the context. Conductivity is a measure of the ability of a liquid to conduct electricity and is directly proportional to the concentration of ions in the liquid. It is a quick and easy measurement to make, I'm talking about the conductivity, and is often used in field measurements or for monitoring water quality in real time. TDS, on the other hand, is a measure of total concentration of dissolved oxygen in water, including inorganic and organic substances such as salts, minerals, and other dissolved compounds. TDS measurements are typically made using a conductivity meter, but also can be made by evaporating a known volume of water and measuring the weight of the solid residuals. Both measurements have their own accuracy, but TDS measurement is considered to be more accurate than conductivity measurements, as it measures all dissolved substances, not just the conductive ions. However, TDS measurement can be time-consuming and difficult to perform in the field, while conductivity is a quick and easy to measure. Anyways, it is possible to correlate TDS from conductivity using a certain formula.
Thank you so much, Ramzi. Very detailed answer. Well prepared. I think you have think about that questions before, probably. And okay, well, another question: how often sensor calibration is required?
That's a good question. I may leave it to Georg, but I will talk about my part. The frequency at which a sensor needs to be calibrated depends on the variety of factors, including the type of sensor, the environment in which it is used, and the precision required for the measurement. For some sensors, calibration may only be required once or twice a year, while others may need to be calibrated more frequently. For example, pH sensors are often calibrated on a monthly basis. Other sensors can be calibrated every 6 months to a year. Optical sensors may need to be calibrated every few months. It is also important to note that sensors may need to be recalibrated more frequently if they are exposed to extreme temperature, high level of vibration, or other harsh environmental conditions. I don't know if you have something to add, Georg.
Perfect answer from Ramzi.
Thank you. We have 10 more minutes before we close this session. So please either type in or you would raise your hand. You can unmute. I can unmute you, right? And there's some other question. All right. So how does your ultrasonic level transmitter, okay, perform in heavy foam application?
Heavy foam?
Yes.
In the heavy form, we recommend to use the hydrostatic rather than ultrasonic. Ultrasonic read the surface of the water. It is in non-contact above the water. So the foam will affect the accuracy of the reading. That's why in the heavy foam applications, we prefer or we recommend to use the hydrostatic level sensor, which is in the bottom of the tank. It's in the water.
I see. Okay. Right. So there's another, yes, what happened for ultrasonic level transmitter in a heavy condensation?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Ultrasonic level transmitter, how well it perform in the heavy condensation, like heavy condensation.
Okay. Okay, the liquid is heavy condensation, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, it can also read. It will be configured and calibrated before the sensor start operation. So it can work in any liquid, such as water, wastewater, and even for some petrol liquid components.
Okay, so it has very wide range of applications. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
During ultrasonic cleaning, okay, I think Gil is typing in, but it's okay. So during ultrasonic cleaning, measurement is on or off? Yeah.
I think I will answer directly to all because it's an interesting question.
Sure.
So we have the ultrasonic cleaning for turbidity, suspended solid, and UV sensors for COD, BOD, and so on. And for turbidity and suspended solid, the ultrasonic can be constant active. And for UV sensors, it's always before each new measurement, it turn on, but not during measurement.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit different answer, depend on sensors.
I see. Yep, thank you. Do any sensor or systems withstand frozen condition or thermal variables? From Jeff.
I think
frozen.
Basically, all the sensors are designed for liquids. It means for water and not frozen conditions. From the specification, they should not be in frozen applications. Of course, if it's maybe 1 or 2 degrees Celsius minus, it's maybe not a problem. But from specification, our limit is for most sensors 0 degrees Celsius.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, sounds great. And some question is about the cost. I would think the price is all depends on the type of sensors, the material, the classification, in specification. So we are not able to, give you the standard price just out of our head, right? It's a very complicated way of to calculate it. So it's a combination of many factors. But should you have any application you would like us to advise, we can take a look and advise you if any sensors that you can use to solve your issue, right? And the prices come at next, to make sure that your issue, the challenge will be solved. That's the main, I think that's the main purpose. And we're all here to support you. Yeah. So also the other question, can we use these sensors in all type of wastewater treatment, such as domestic, commercial, or even industrial? Ramzi, can you hear?
Yeah, I can, but I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yeah, actually, it is in the chat box that you can just take a look on the question and answer. So yeah, it was a very interesting insight for sharing.
Can we use these sensors in all types of wastewater treatment, such as domestic, commercial, and industrial? Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I think for the
It is designed,
industrials that
actually, it is designed, actually, it is designed for wastewater application in terms of material, functionality, high grade material for the sensors. And it is, all sensors are IP68 protection standards. So it is designed for the environment of the wastewater treatment.
okay, thank you. And some parameters that is not covered in this presentation is actually also available, but we don't have time to go through. For example, those industries, you might also need the oil in water and then some other, parameters like silica, sodium. Those parameters actually is also in pipeline that we are going to have very soon. So if that is one of your concern, but for those common parameters, we should be able to cover. For all these applications, domestic, commercial, as well as industry.
Yeah.
Then the totalizer and the heart are they all available with a flow meter? Totalizer and the heart.
Totalizer, yes. Heart, we are developing that. It is not yet ready for the flow meter.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we have 3 more minutes before we close this session. And don't worry if you are, if you don't have any questions now, that's fine. And but if you in the future you would like to reach out to us, just send us an email. And then we also getting requests saying that they want to have a biochemistry webinars, and there's some other webinars requests. Yeah, we'll conduct them as per request, as well as what we have planned. Moving forward, we'll have a dedicated session for our, the sludge levels, for our spectrum sensors, for our SE sensors, maybe detailed of MJK, all the portfolios that we are going to have, what sensor, IQ sensor that in details. And we could also plan for those how-to sections, right? Like calibrations and, maintenance, and anything that you would like to know. Okay, we could have a bigger one or could have a small one. It's just one-to-one also possible. Yeah. Sounds great. And those questions have already been answered. You can read through in the answer box.
I've seen one common question in the chat box about the level of prices. And I like this question. We understand the customer's concern about finding the best value for their money. In this presentation, we highlighted some of the unique features and benefits that set our products apart. A clear example is that for example, we offer long standard warranty up to 3 years for products that requires 0 spares. Maintenance free and very high grade material with very low maintenance cost.
Yeah, thank you, Ramzi. I think the unique selling point, all in all, for our Xylem analytical compared to the in the world with other instruments, that's low ownership, right? If you consider instrument cost, I don't think we are the cheapest one. You can find a much cheaper one down the street in those small workshop. You think about the long-term ownabilities where there's less calibrations, less maintenance, spare parts free, and all that's wear and tear, long living time. All those, all in all, will give you the lowest ownership cost. Okay, so that's the one unique selling point from us. Okay, so I think there's a lot of questions. And Gil is answering another one. Yeah, okay. So the MJK present flow sensors to measure the flow. So do they have actually without contact in a pipe? The flow sensors measure the flow without contact in a pipe. I think the question is about do you have any flow meters? Your Mag flow meter is installed in the pipe, right? Do you have any flow measurement actually without installed in the pipe? I think that's the question.
No. This is technology. It is called ultrasonic clamp-on flow meter. We used to have that before, but there was a big question mark about the accuracy and the performance of this type of flow meters, so we stopped them. So the only flow meters that we have is the electromagnetic flow meter. It is very accurate, high reliable. We don't have the clamp-on flow meters anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I think the question might be about that, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the question. I think it's more about the general concept besides the clamp-on ultrasonic flow meter. I think there's other flow meters actually available. Have open channel flow meters, flow dot. So there's other flow meters available from Xylem besides magnetic flow meters. Okay. So our current Mag flow meter is installed in the pipe, but there's other flow meters available for the reverse open channels. Okay, there's other technology available from Xylem. So over here is only a purely V2V factory and MJK. So more on the wastewater water treatment. But we have the like reverse. We have lab 3. There's many other availabilities over here. Yeah. Sounds great. Okay. I think that probably that's all for today. Very exciting. We have 24 questions, like altogether about 30 over questions being answered, very interactive. And we are right on the clock, So we appreciate your time. We really hope that you enjoy the session. And I'm sure that we have gained, shared something that you probably already know or something you get to know. We are happy that, we can keep contacting, we keep sharing our information. Let's keep our communication going. We're happy to be contacted anytime from you. And I hope you have a great day, morning or afternoon, even in the evening throughout the whole world, right? So thank you so much for today's session. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you and have a great day, everybody.
More to come. Look into our website. There will be announcement for the subsequent sessions. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.